Yeah, definitely. I've watched the boys play these first two games, and although we haven't come away with the result, I think we're definitely improving week by week and looking forward to hopefully put in a bit of contribution for this weekend. Yeah, look, we're really confident going in the game. You know, we're just working on our defence, probably our first up tackles, and also just getting some more cohesion through our attack. But we've had such a good week at training this week and hopefully bring it to the game on Saturday. You know, Campbell Magnay starting at 13, I think he's a young fella that's been at Jeeps this year who's really impressed me with his cameos when he's come onto the Premier Grade field. So I'm looking forward to him. And also someone like James Tuttle, you know, young, they're both 18. And just the way he conducts himself, you know, you think he's 25 and already played 50 Super Rugby games. So looking forward especially to play with those two guys.
Well, in the first two games that we've played, our scrum, I think, has not only held its own but has been dominant, you know, in both games. The inclusion of Sayer, I think, it will only get stronger, and you know, and that's not to criticise at all the efforts of Ryan Freeney, who's been very, very good for us. But you know, we're talking about somebody with, you know, a lot of Super Rugby experience and Test match experience. So you know, he brings that, a good partnership with Greg, a good understanding of one another, and we have the rest of the scrum, you know, working hard, working together. I'm sure that we'll get another favourable result in the scrum. We gave the Vikings a hell of a scare down there, you know, on their own pitch, and you know, considering they had 9 Super Rugby players out there, I think that they were expecting, you know, an easier time of it. So, I mean, it's you know, it's indicative of the spirit that this side is playing with, you know, and the effort that they're putting in for one another, you know, which is fantastic to see that bond, you know, transfer and remain, you know, in both games all the way through to the end. Well, certainly their strengths are they're a team that we're going to work very hard for one another. You know, there's no doubt about that, and they have some creativity through their midfield. You know, backed up with a really strong working back row. So you know, they're a good side that you know, that again, you know, they're a sort of side that's dogged and stays in the contest, you know, for a long time. You know, having said that, there are always opportunities, you know, that you pick out that you might be able to you know, get the upper hand on with an opposition, but it's best for us to keep that under wraps, I think, for the time being, rather than giving them an early warning, hey. So we'll just see if we can execute our strategy well this weekend. We'll be in with a good chance.